You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey guys, it's time for the early weekly spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful for July 15th through 19th. We are going to see Brooke Logan grilling Steffy Forrester, and this is going to get intense. As you probably know, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we are going to dive into all of this soapy goodness. There is so much to talk about. If you haven't, though, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And if you're a regular listener here, you know that on early spoilers day, we also talk about what's happening the rest of this week on the soap, just to give you some context and everything you need to know so that next week's spoilers make sense. That means we'll start with the action on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. So this is a funny spoiler. I've talked about it a couple of times. Steffy and her husband Finn share a steamy kiss. So last we saw Finn, he was at the CEO office. He had stopped by to pick up something for Steffy, and of course he ran into Hope. Hope unloaded all her heartache and heartbreak about Thomas and Paris and all this. It was kind of interesting because Finn said, I do think Thomas and Paris are the real deal. It sounds like he's been hearing from Steffy about the progression and the evolution of their relationship, but he hasn't said anything to his new little friend Hope about it. And he's still telling her the same thing he always has. Thomas isn't the guy for you. You will find somebody. He'll be right there. And of course, Hope is thinking all about Finn because she's transferred all this affection and lust and everything over to her. So over to him. So I do wonder when Steffy and Finn have this steamy kiss, if he is actually thinking about Hope. I think that would be a huge and interesting twist. Very sweeps worthy. We'll see. Brooke talks to Hope Logan on Wednesday about just mistakes of the past, repeating past errors. And obviously, Brooke's going to talk to Hope, and there's going to be some dialogue about whether Steffy is really contributing to this whole thing with Paris and Thomas getting pushed together, as far as the Logans see it, at any rate. And I wonder if Hope is going to admit that she's still thinking about Finn, even though she promised her mother that she won't. If Brooke finds out about that, she is going to freak. Then on Thursday, July 11th, we've got some Tom Star action over at Il Giardino. Somebody finds his backpack in the storage closet, and that's going to change the whole tenor of the conversation about the way he lost his life, and we are going to get a murder mystery kickoff very soon for Sweeps. Meanwhile, on Thursday, Poppy and her daughter Luna are really enjoying the perks of being part of the billionaire Spencer bunch and everything that privilege can buy. I don't think Luna cares so much about it, but Poppy sure does. For somebody who's been masquerading as a feel-good hippie for the past 20 years, she is really turning into or aspiring to be a real housewife of Beverly Hills, it sure seems like. Friday, July 12th, we have got people opening Dead Tom's backpack, and what's inside is supposed to be shocking. And it's going to launch what looks like this murder mystery. Some people have speculated it might be photos of Tom and Poppy and maybe baby Luna. Maybe it is Bill Spencer's address. Maybe it is, I don't even know. But we are going to have this scenario go from an overdose to a murder mystery very rapidly in Sweeps. Bill has a huge gift for Luna, and I don't think it's going to be a new car. I think it's going to be something a little more personal, something life-changing. Meanwhile, Jack and Lee Finnegan are with their son Finn, and they are withholding information about the night Tom died at Il Giardino. I wonder if they're going to keep it secret that they were both there. I think it's kind of interesting these two are working together. We also have a few scenes from the promo that haven't manifested yet, where like Deacon is talking to Hollis the bartender, the very hunky bartender, and Hollis is wondering why Tom got back into drugs, why he overdosed. And there is a scene that we haven't seen this yet, Sheila screaming in horror over something. It It looks almost like she finds something terrifying on the floor because she's looking down at the floor in the promo. I don't know if there's going to be another body turning up. Maybe Tom isn't the murder mystery. Maybe somebody else is going to be. We do know there is a murder mystery coming and that Tom was the one murdered, so we have to assume it's him. But Sheila is terrified about something. All right, now let's talk about what's coming the week of July 15th through 19th. As we mentioned, Brooke grilling Steffy and a lot more. So Hope told Finn that she is very sure that Steffy is playing a big role in this Paris and Thomas thing and that she is interfering in their relationship. Finn doesn't seem, at least in his conversation with Hope, did not seem to believe that. But I do think Finn is going to find out from Steffy herself that what Hope said was true in an upcoming conversation with his wife. On Monday the 15th, we have a cameo. April, the lab tech, is played by Jameson Belushi, and she is clearly going to be testing something, whether it's a Luna DNA redo, something they find in the backpack, something that Sheila has stumbled over. We'll see how it goes. Jack and Lee definitely seem to know more about Tom's death than they are letting on. We also saw this week that Douglas Forrester has a new hobby, photography, and he has been using Paris's camera. And I just wonder, because they made such a big deal out of it, is Douglas going to capture a photo of something interesting, incriminating, inappropriate, that is going to cause problems between now and this upcoming wedding? His dad, Thomas Forster, is working overtime to forget Hope, forget any residual feelings he has for him, and is fully focused on moving ahead, marrying Paris, and having this little family unit with him and her. And Douglas, he is working so hard to move on. Meanwhile, Hope can't keep her mind off Finn, and I wonder if she's going to be able to keep her lips and hands off of him. It feels like things are shifting there too. And Finn's own inappropriate thoughts may surprise him. He's in love with Steffy. They have this wonderful, intimate life, you know, all that good stuff. But is his mind going to be wandering like Hope does? I hope not. We'll see. Paris wants a fast wedding, and Steffy is on board to help her future sister-in-law make it happen. Meanwhile, Sheila is going to be stunned to find out that everything they thought about Tom's death isn't true. And this murder mystery looks like it's going to be setting up Sheila Carter to be a suspect, although I do feel like she is completely innocent. Nobody's going to believe that. I believe that Bill Spencer has adoption papers drawn up to adopt Luna as a surprise for her and her mother, which is life-changing. And even if Poppy is a scammer, if those papers are done, Luna is still going to be sitting in the lap of luxury, even if Poppy is kicked to the curb. Meanwhile, Poppy is gearing up to plot against Katie. She wants to make sure she is not going to lose her man to his ex-wife. Now let's talk about Brooke. Brooke's concern for Hope deepens. She can tell her daughter still has this crush on Finn while she's still struggling with these residual feelings for Thomas. And I do believe we're going to see Brooke grilling Steffy to try and find out if indeed she did play a key role in pushing Paris and Thomas together, as Brooke was saying to Ridge. We'll see how it goes. Those are all of our early spoilers. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.